So if any of you want to try to record on your computer, you should be able to do that if there's a button for you to press to do so. Anyhow, let us begin by just taking some deep breaths in and out. Try and breathe through your nose, breathing as slowly and fully as you can. So think of filling your lungs all the way down to the bottom at the base of your stomach, but really at the bottom of your ribs, which is the diaphragm, and inhaling all the way up to the top of the chest, way up at the collarbones. And as you exhale, exhale from top to bottom. So just notice what it feels like as you breathe today. Don't strain or force the breath in any way. If you notice during our practice that you're holding your breath, then just take a little break and relax and then come back and join us. Okay, let's circle the shoulders. Good, and then turn your face side to side. Come back to center and bring your chin towards your chest and then lift and look up. So moving your head up and down. And as you come back to center, try and keep your focus straight ahead, but we're going to tilt right ear towards right shoulder. If you want, you can stretch your left hand down alongside the chair and reach the left fingers for the floor, and even take your right arm and reach overhead, adding a little extra weight. Try not to force it or pull, just breathe. And then release the arms, come back to center with your head. Let's go the other way, left ear to the side. Again, right hand can stretch down towards the floor, and left arm, if you like, can come over your head, just letting the weight of your arm rest on the head, breathing into the stretch that you feel in the neck. And then release. And as I move back to my other chair to go into a fuller body warm-up, let's roll the shoulders a few times. And then check that you're sitting nice and tall. It's good to come a little bit away from the back of your chair. So if you rock forward on your sitting bones, you'll find a little forward tilt in your low back area. We want to have that natural curve in the low back, but we also want to provide support from the front. So as you extend down through your tailbone, draw your navel back and up. And like somebody's kind of lifting your ribs in the back, and your belly gently hugs in. It's not a tight pull, it's just a gentle hug. And then you can come back up to center to find that nice upright seated mountain pose. We'll move from there into some further stretches of the spine, cat and cow pose. So as you next exhale, tuck your tail under, and this time pull your waist way back towards the back of the chair. So you can round that low back area. And then inhale, sit up tall. Next exhale, tilt forward. So you get even more arch. Shoulder blades can kind of squeeze towards each other. And let's repeat that. We'll inhale each time to sit upright and alternate rounding on an exhale, sitting tall on the inhale. Next exhale, tilting forward. Let's do that 2 more times. rounding and coming upright and then tilting forward and returning to center. From there, just take your right arm and gently circle the right wrist and reverse the circles. Bring your fingertips to your shoulder and make some circles with your elbow. Good. And then as your elbow comes in front to the front of it, towards your face, let's put it that way. See if you can take your other hand, support the upper arm, and just gently spin that upper arm towards your ear, lifting the elbow as high as you can. You can support with your left hand or even reach overhead. Let your fingers be relaxed down your back or wherever it's touching, and breathe. But as you release the arm, stretch it up. Hold your left hand at the side of your chair, and let's take that into a full side stretch. Breathing, trying to keep your right hip on the chair seat. And then come all the way up, and let's finish that sequence with bringing your arm across your chest and just give yourself a nice hug. And release. Good. Let's do the other side. So start by circling the left wrist. Reverse the circles. And then fingertips on shoulder. Start to circle. And you can make the circles small, or you can make them a little bit bigger. And then as you bring the elbow forward, support with your left hand, or your right hand rather. Lift that elbow as high as you can, spinning the bicep in close to your ear. And then drawing the elbow back as far as you're able to and breathing. And from there, we're going to stretch that left arm up. Palm is facing your head, reaching to the side, little diagonal stretch. Try to keep your left hip anchored in the chair. Keep your shoulder back, so don't let your arm float in front of your face. Try to keep it in line with your ear. And then come all the way up, and we'll bring that arm across the chest and give it a nice hug. And release. Good. Take a big shrug. Lift your shoulders way up towards your ears. And then as you exhale, just let go. And again, shrug your shoulders up. And release. Good. Let's bring the legs close together as we prepare to twist. You're going to slide your right hand along the side of the chair, or maybe even reach behind the chair. Left hand coming across to the side of your right leg to keep the legs hugging together and stable at the midline. Take a nice breath to lengthen the spine, and then begin to turn from your waist. Continue up through your chest, and then let your head follow and breathe. Just notice how your breath may feel different when you're in this twisted position. The lungs are partly squeezed. And then gently unwind. So left hand slightly back, right hand across. Take a breath, lengthen, and then twist and breathe. But as you unwind slowly, start to walk your feet out a little wider. than they were earlier. And you can let the toes be slightly turned out. We always want to try and line up the middle toe and the center of your knee so that your feet aren't turned out farther than your hips are open. And with that hip opening here, let's tilt a little bit forward. So we're hinging from the hip socket down here at the bottom of the pelvis rather than up at the waist. We're going to hinge forward and add a little twist, bringing that right shoulder towards the center line of the body. And then inhale, coming up. And next exhale, twisting in with the left shoulder. And coming up. And once again, right shoulder twisting in. And coming up. And left shoulder twisting in. And coming up. Good. Take a few breaths. Hopefully your body is beginning to feel a little bit more awake. Okay, we'll move into our seated sun salute. So we'll bring the palms together in front of the heart. Take a nice full breath in and let it out. Next, inhale, sweep your arms out and up. As you exhale, bow forward. And if you don't want to really let your head drop low, just come to that tilted position. Otherwise, you can go as far as you want. As you inhale, let's all meet in that flat back position, kind of tilted forward. And then exhale, relax your head and neck. And inhale, arms sweep out and up, meet overhead, and the palms float down in front of your heart. Okay, repeating that again, inhale here, let it out. Next inhale, sweeping up. Exhale to bow forward. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften head and neck. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in and out. Adding the next piece. Inhaling, arms to cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up and tilt. Inhale up. Twist. Inhale, center and twist. Inhale, center, hands to heart. Putting both pieces together, breathe in, let it out from the top. Inhaling up and exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale to cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up and tilt. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center and twist. Inhale, center, hands to heart. Full breath in. Repeating those two parts again. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up and tilt. Inhale up. Twist. Inhale, center and twist. Inhale, center, hands to heart. Full breath in. Let it out. Adding the next piece. Inhaling, right arm reaching up. Back of your left hand inside the left knee. Slide that arm down alongside your inner leg as you look up. You get a twist. Then inhale, come up. Switch the arms. And exhale, right hand sliding down as you look up. Inhale, both arms stretch up. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in and out, putting it all together. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up and tilt. Inhale up. Twist. Inhale, center and twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, right arm up, back of the left hand down, slide down the leg as you look up. Inhale, coming up, switch the arms. Other side slides down. Inhale, both arms stretch. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in. Let it out. One more time from the beginning. Inhaling up. Exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale to cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up and tilt. Inhale up. Twist. Inhale, center and twist. Inhale, center, hands to heart. Inhale, right arm up, back of the left hand down, slide down the leg as you look up. Inhale, coming up, switch the arms. Other side slides down. Inhale, both arms stretch. Exhale, hands to heart. One last big breath in, sweeping up. Exhale, open the arms out to the side. Relax your shoulders as the arms and hands float down. And begin to walk your feet in towards the middle. If you want, take a moment to slide back so that your buttocks is towards the back of the chair and your spine can rest into the support of the chair for a moment. Always make sure you let yourself come back to a steady, easy breath. So sometimes our breath speeds up as we're doing some of these stretches. All right, let's lift the right foot and gently circle at the ankle. And then reverse the circles. Flex that foot, toes to the ceiling, and point. And flex, and point, flex, and point, and flex, and point, and release. Other side. Lifting the left foot, gently circle with your toes so you're rotating around the ankle. And reverse the circles. And then flex the foot and point. Flex and point. Flex and point. And flex and point. Good. Release down. Make sure now you come away from the chair back. So if you find yourself starting to collapse, losing that support from your low belly muscles, hands can come to the edges of your seat. And by gently pressing your hands down and thinking of lifting or someone else lifting you up under your armpits, you get that length to the sides, which lets you engage the low back, the belly to support the low back. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit to strengthen those deep abdominal muscles. Okay, ready for this? A little different than something we've done before. So those that can are welcome to bring their hands behind the head, with the elbows out wide. If that's uncomfortable for you, maybe coming into cactus works better. Okay, so I may switch my position just so people can see both. Okay, so we're going to alternate lifting a knee and kind of twisting to one side. So it will look like this. We'll lift a knee and twist elbow towards knee, right? Or, okay, they don't have to touch. Don't worry about looking exactly the way I do, but you want to make sure you're engaging those deep belly muscles, okay? So here we go. Let's place your arms either in cactus or behind your head. Let's start with the right leg, twisting to the right and then the left. And you're always welcome to stop before I do. If you start to feel tired or you're holding your breath, I'm going to try and do a few more. And then let it go, release your arms. Circle the shoulders. Good. This time, let's lift that right leg and just, you can support it with your hands and try to bring the knee up towards your chest. And then use your hands to move that leg in easy circles. We're just holding the front of the shin today, but we're lubricating that hip joint. And then circle the other direction. Good. Hug that leg in close to you. Toe in those belly muscles that we were just working on. Draw your shoulders back, chest lifted, and breathe. Press that left foot into the floor. So some of you had difficulty with extending that left leg. It's fine to just press that foot into the floor. You'll feel those abdominal muscles engage. All right. Once you get those muscles engaged, if you want, keep them engaged as you extend your left leg out straight. Keep breathing as you hold the position, whichever position you're in. Good, let's release both legs and just sit for a moment, coming back to that seated mountain. Okay, ready for the other side. So we're gonna lift the left leg, just holding gently around the knee and moving the leg in little circles. And reversing the circles. And then drawing that knee in towards your chest. Tone your belly. So your shoulders hug back, your chest lifts, your belly is hugging in, and your right foot presses into the floor. So you can really feel your abdominal muscles engage. And then keeping those muscles engaged, if you want, you can extend the right leg out. Otherwise, just keep the foot on the floor. Make sure you keep breathing. And then let's all release. And just shake out your hands, wiggle your fingers. Let's interlace the fingers, take a deep breath in. This time we'll round the back as we press the palms out. And then inhale, stretch way up. And exhale, release the hands, float the arms down, bringing them to your sides and back to your lap. Notice your breath once again. So every time we pause between any of our activities, just coming back to that easy breathing with awareness so that you notice your breath coming in and going out. All right, let's take that right leg and now open even more at the hip. Try and keep your toes in line with your knee so you're not opening the foot farther than you can open from your hip joint. Go in and out a few more times. And then let's do the other leg. So open that left leg to the side and back to center. And back to center. Moving now to the front of your chair. So you can always hold onto the sides of the chair if you feel like you need that extra support. We're going to open the right leg to the side, but this time, see where I'm going to slide my hips over to the left. So I'm going to hold in between the legs, slide so that my right thigh is completely along the front edge of the chair. My left hip is a little bit off the seat. And that gives you a little bit more flexibility in that left leg. So you can keep the foot where it is with the knee bent, or You can challenge yourself by turning the toes in and seeing if you could walk that foot out on a diagonal. So it ends with the toes turned slightly in and the foot is to the side, but also forward on a diagonal. Once the leg is straight, try to open your chest towards the screen. So your torso is lifted. But let's take a big breath in, open the arms, palms turn up. Good, keeping the shoulders relaxed, gently turn the palms down and then gaze to the right for warrior two pose. Take a few breaths, just feeling the strength of this pose. Imagine you were standing on those feet rather than being seated in a really low position. And then bring your left hand to the side of your hip or your thigh, turn the right palm up, reach up, coming into this reverse warrior, breathing there. And then be sure your chest is facing forward. We're going to bend that right elbow and lengthen sideways to rest the forearm on the thigh. Roll that left shoulder back, keep your head in line with the rest of your spine. Left arm can stretch up. If you want, you can try to bring that arm even closer alongside your ear. Feel more of an extension all the way down that side of your body. Breathe. Good, and then let's come all the way up. Walk that left foot back in towards the middle and then bring your right leg around. We'll do the other side. So it helps to start at the front of your chair. Open the left leg out. You can hold your right hand between the legs as you slide the hips to the side. Keep your right foot where it is or turn it slightly in and perhaps walk the foot out until you can get the leg straight. And the angle will be different for everybody. Right? It doesn't have to be this far to the side. It can be more forward. But try to keep your torso forward. Good. Let's take a big breath in, arms open wide. And as you exhale, gently turn just the palms and then gaze to your left. Breathe. Once again, just imagine you were standing on 2 feet. You were supported in a very low position with the chair, but imagine if you were standing without the chair. Good, bring your right hand to the thigh or hip, turn the left palm up, gently stretching up, a little bit of an arch. And then bending the left elbow, extend to the left, rest the forearm on the thigh, roll that right shoulder back. And you can even gently hug with your left forearm against that leg to keep the left shoulder back. And right arm can come up, reaching for the sky, staying in that position, or perhaps if it's okay for your body and your shoulder and everything else, reaching the arm closer to your ear, lengthening all the way down through that right leg. Full breaths in and out. And come all the way up. Good. Walk that right foot back in towards the middle and bring your left leg to center. Take a moment to just breathe. Good, so let's just make some easy circles with the whole upper body. So keeping your feet flat, gently move in circles from the pelvis. You can keep the circles small or make them a little bit bigger. And at some point, change direction. let's come all the way upright. Now we're going to turn our whole body to the side. So shifting so that your right side is against the back of the chair, right arm can rest on the top of the chair back. We're going to start with a twist using the back of the chair for support. So your right hand can slide across. You're going to bring your left hand around, hold the edge of the chair back, and see if you can use your hands to gently turn your chest and then turn your head following so that you feel the arms are helping you twist a little deeper than you did earlier. Right? Breathe deeply. You're looking away from the screen. That's okay. We'll be back together in a moment. And gently unwind. Stay to the side, but now we're going to slide to the front of the chair again. That same position we were in when we were doing those other poses, the warrior two. This time though, our whole body is facing the side, and you're going to relax the left leg, let the knee drop towards the floor so that your foot is kind of behind you. And just breathe. So this may be a stretch for your psoas and quadricep, the front of the hip joint. Breathe into it. If you lean a little bit forward, you may find you can walk that left foot farther back, tucking the toes under, and then even pressing back into the left heel to straighten the leg more. Now we don't want to stay in this collapsed position. Remember, we want to support the low back by engaging the abdominal muscles. So as you think of stretching your tailbone down, imagine your navel hugging back towards your spine and then lifting up through your belly, coming up as tall as you can. Good, and then let's inhale, left arm out to the side and reach all the way up overhead for a side stretch. Good, inhale, open that arm out to the side and exhale, reaching up and over. And again, inhale, open, exhale, reaching up and over. Inhale, coming to center. Bow a little bit forward, relax the back leg, slide that left foot forward, and pivot back to the front of your chair. And then we'll go on to the other side. So turning this time to the left, legs are close together. Take a nice deep breath, lengthen up through the crown of your head, and then starting to twist to the left, left hand sliding across the chair back, right hand comes around. Use your hands to help you twist. Breathe. Sitting tall. And gently unwind. Stay seated to the side, but scoot to the front edge of your chair. Relax the right leg now. The left thigh is along the front of the chair. Your right knee drops towards the floor. Take a moment just sitting tall here and breathing. And then lean a little forward. See if you can walk that right foot farther back. Wiggle and jiggle, but make sure you end with the toes tucked under and the heel in the air, straight up. Then you can try pressing the heel back farther to straighten the leg as much as you're able. Imagine you were standing on these legs. Another deep position in a chair. Lengthen your tailbone down, draw your navel back and up as you slowly lift the belly, then the chest. And then inhale, right arm sweeping out to the side, and exhale, reaching up and overhead. Inhale, opening wide, and exhale, reaching up and over. Once again, inhale, opening, exhale, reaching up and over. And then inhale into center, gently bowing over your front leg, relax the back leg, let the foot slide forward, and then pivot back to sit facing front. And take a moment with time to just feel your breath. Let's do a little wrist stretch while we take a little pause between our more vigorous stretches. So turn your right palm up, point the fingers down, and take your other hand, gently pull the fingers back towards you as you press your palm forward. Just feel that stretch in the wrist, breathe into it, and gently release. Just wiggle or shake out your head. Other side, left palm up, fingers point down, draw the fingertips back, press out through the palm, arm is straight, you're sitting up tall. Nice, easy breaths as you hold the position. And release. Good. So sitting a little bit forward in your chair, you can lean your left forearm horizontal across your thighs. We're going to stretch that right arm back behind you. So have your palm facing up today. Just try to keep the wrist from twisting, right? So that when you get the arm back as far as you can, the palm is facing down. And then little pulses, trying to lift the arm just a little bit more back behind you. Good, and then try bending your elbow, fingertips coming to your shoulder, but doing that same pulse, but with just your elbow. And then let it go. And breathe. Other side. So right forearm across your thighs, turn the left palm up, stretch that arm back. So now the palm is more facing forward or down. And then try to lift the back of the hand. The whole arm pulses gently. It's small action. Keep breathing. Feel this in the upper arm, but not strain. And then try bending your elbow, fingertips on your shoulder, elbow back as far as you can, and little pulses from there. And then release. And coming to sit up. Big breath in. And let's inhale the arms into cactus. Exhale, draw the elbows in towards each other, forearms touching if you can. Inhale, open the arms wide. Think of hugging your shoulder blades towards each other. And then exhale, squeezing in. Inhale to open. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeezing in. Inhale, open. Let's do two more. Exhale, hugging in. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, open. And release. Give a little wiggle. Wiggle, jiggle, just shake it all out. So sitting with your feet grounded, let's do a few lion poses. So on the inhale, we're going to curl the fingers into fists, scrunch up your face like you ate something really sour, eyes closed, eyes scrunch, and on the exhale, you'll show your claws, arms extend, fingers spread, look up with your eyes, tongue sticks out and down, and we roar. Okay, so we'll take a breath in between each lion. Start with the breath in and out. First lion, scrunching in, and exhale, and relax. Inhale, and exhale. Second lion. Inhale and stretch. Ah. Relax as you breathe in and out. One more lion. Scrunching in. Exhale, big stretch. Ah. Good. Let it go. Take a moment and just shift your weight a little side to side. Just finding the place where you feel really centered on both sitting bones. And then let's just bring a hand to the low belly. So we did some work on those deep abdominal muscles today. Let's use them for some sound. So your belly is contracting, right, as you're pushing out the breath and making a sound. So the sound we're going to start with is ho, 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 ho. And relax for a moment. I hope you could feel those deep muscles working. Good. We'll lighten it up a little bit. So still using those deep muscles, but not such a deep sound. Let's try a ha. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. And don't worry if you don't feel like laughing. You just go ha 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 ha, and things change. So we fake it, and hopefully we fake it till we make it, but we fake it anyhow. Okay. Now, if this strains, next one strains your throat, you can stay with the ha-has, but I find it gives me a chuckle to go into this little teeny, teeny, teeny voice that's kind of in my throat, and I go hee hee, hee hee, hee hee, hee Ah, take a few nice deep breaths. So sometimes a little laughter yoga will actually help you deepen your breath. See if you feel like you're breathing a little deeper than you were earlier. Okay, let's do one more stretch in the hip, and then we'll get up on our feet. So come to the front edge of your chair, extend your left leg out gently, and let your right knee open wide to the side. You're going to lift your right foot, flex it, and bring the outer heel in front of your left shin. So that may be a lot of stretch in that hip already, especially if you're making sure to sit up tall. If you're able to slide that foot up above your knee and still keep the right knee open and the foot flexed, try that. Last stage, again, don't have to go there if it doesn't, if you're already getting a big stretch, just sit tall. You can try bending the left knee, bringing that foot on the floor. That's going to give a deeper stretch to the hip. So take a few breaths, making sure you're sitting up tall, not rounding your back. If you're trying to tilt forward at all, it's from down at the hip crease. Full breath in and out, and gently release. Let's do the other side. So extend the right leg out, open the left knee, flex the foot, rest the outer heel along the shin. See how that feels. Maybe slide the foot up higher, but still letting the knee drop open. And last stage, if it feels right, right foot on the floor. Sitting tall, deep breaths. So this is a variation on the yoga pose called pigeon pose. Good, let's gently release. take a moment, just shifting your weight side to side. You can kind of walk in place, march in place, getting ready to get up on our feet. So as you gently march in place, think of rolling through the whole foot, right? So we're toe ball heel, and then heel rolling up to toes. Touch down with the toes, roll to the heel, lift the heel, slowly roll to the front of the foot. Just a little mindful awareness of your feet. So you don't have to go fast, take your time, really feel the action in each foot. And then walk your feet back a little farther underneath you so you have better support as we come up to stand. So to rise up, you can hold the chair. Right? You want to try to keep your chest lifted, shoulders back, head up. So don't focus on the floor, but rather look out in front of you. You can rock a little forward and back. Feel the weight shift from your seat more into your feet. And now here's another place to use those deep belly muscles. So as you rock forward, belly muscles are going to engage as your feet press all the way into the floor and you come up. I'll adjust my screen and you can come to stand directly behind your chair. I'm going to move my chair out of the way, off to the side today so that you're able to see what I'm doing with my feet. But you can just hold onto the chair in front of you. Okay? I'm going to face this way for a moment so that you see it from the side. So we're going to rise up onto the balls of the feet and hold there for a moment. And just feel all the little wobbling that may happen. Keep breathing. Gently lower the way down. Rock back on the heels. Lift the front of your feet if you can. And then again, let's rock forward onto the balls of the feet, lifting the heels. Try not to lean into the chair. So as the heels are lifting, you're also engaging the abdominal muscles, lengthening your tailbone down. Taking a few breaths, feeling all the little wobble or tipping that's happening. And then gently lowering down. Good, rocking back on the heels, lifting the front of the feet if you can. And release. Good, we're going to keep the right foot close to the chair. Take a big step back with the left foot. So right knee is bent, left heel is off the floor. We're just going to try and stretch the heel towards the floor, lifting and lowering. Good, and then bend the left knee as well. Right, so you're on the ball of the left foot. You're pressing down on the chair rather than pushing it forward. We're going to shift our weight. So you're going to rock your weight from that right foot back, step the right foot next to the left, and reach your hips back away from the chair. Keeping your head higher than your chest. Breathe. So looking a little forward rather than down. And then bend both knees, walk your feet in towards the chair. Let's do the other side. So left foot is closer to the chair. As you bend that knee, you're going to take a big step back with your right foot. Pause and just breathe as you try to press that heel towards the floor. Don't expect it to come all the way down. That's okay. Just feel the stretch in your calf. It depends on how far back your leg is placed. So you can always play with the distance for yourself. Good, and now you're going to bend the right knee as well as the left, facing your chair, relaxing and shifting your weight. Right? So you're going to push off that left foot, And press down with your hands, not forward, to step the left foot next to the right. And then hips stretch way back behind you for this downward facing dog pose. And breathe. Good. Bend in your knees. Start to walk your feet in towards the chair. And come up to stand. Good. All right, let's do a balance pose. So we're going to stand on the left foot, bend the right knee, turn that knee out to the side. So we're pivoting the whole leg, bringing the heel alongside the right ankle. And you can opt to keep the toes on the floor and just stand tall, focus your gaze ahead. Or you can slide that foot up alongside your left calf. Breathe. Just notice any wobbling. You can take one hand off the chair at a time. Just explore your balance. If you feel really steady, take both hands off. You can always bring it back down. Breathe. And release. The other side. So weight on the right foot, bend the left knee. You're opening the leg to the side, but keeping your torso facing forward. So hips are forward, you're just turning at the thigh. Bring the heel alongside the right ankle, and then optional, foot coming up alongside your calf, lifting up through the chest, breathing. Feel free to play with your balance, one hand off the chair at a time, if that feels okay for you, maybe both. Breathe. Good, and gently release. We're going to walk the feet out wider now. So as you walk the feet out, you might try bending your knees a little, leaning slightly forward. Makes it easier to get the feet wider. Try to get about 3 feet or 3.5 feet distance between the inner edges of your feet. Left foot is going to point forward, right leg is going to turn out, and we're going to straighten both legs and lift up through the belly. So imagine you were trying to squeeze your legs towards each other, towards the midline. We're hinging at the top of that right hip. So our hips are going to shift a little to the left. Again, keeping one or both hands on the chair as needed. Your hips move as far as you can to the left. And then your torso lengthens way over to the right. Breathe, try to keep your chest open, right? Shoulders are in line, head is in line with the shoulders. Left arm can reach to the sky. And if you don't need your hand for support, right hand can come down to rest on your leg. Good, it will come all the way up to stand. Turn the other way. So right foot is directly forward, left leg turned out to the side, but try to keep your torso, your body is facing forward. But straight legs hugging towards each other isometrically to engage the thigh muscles. And then we're tipping at the hips, so creasing at the left hip, right hip poking out to the side, and then torso extending to the left. So really stretch, keeping length from the tailbone to the crown of your head. And then you can try one hand at a time or gradually bring both arms into position with right arm up and left hand down the leg. And breathe. Coming all the way up, turn both feet so they're pointing forward. Bend your knees a little bit and just shift your weight from side to side, bending one knee and then the other. And then coming upright, walk your feet in together. Take a big breath, arms sweep out and up. Exhale, release the arms down. One more time, big breath, arms sweep up. And exhale, float the arms down and make your way back to sit. So as you come to sit, take a moment to just sit comfortably. If you want, you can slide back on the chair and just relax. You've done a lot of work stretching and strengthening muscles. Give yourself a moment to just let go of all effort. Allow your breath to come and go however it needs to. See if you can send a little message down to each leg, relaxing your toes, your feet, your ankles, your calves, your thighs and knees. Feel your back leaning into the chair. Relax your belly now. Imagine your breath just filling your whole torso in all directions, very gently. Really just expanding and contracting the lungs and the rib cage. Relaxing your shoulders, your head and neck, down through your arms and hands. Relaxing your face. Just taking a few more breaths here. And then very gradually take a few deeper breaths. Start to move in any way that feels good to you. Roll the shoulders, wiggle your fingers, move your neck or head. And then come to sit more upright. So come away from the chair back, anchor your feet, lift your chest, let's bring the palms to the heart, and close our practice by sharing the sound of Om together. Take a nice deep breath in. Om. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me. If you have any questions or comments, you're welcome to unmute yourself. Oops, and share anything that you